Virginia State Police and Virginia State Police Medflight that were in the manhunt for the individual. We located him approximately 9:02 this morning, about 30 minutes later from the incident. He was located over on B Street, which is probably 300 to 400 yards away from where he originally had escaped. He was found in an abandoned house on that street, on B Street. We had him on charges of district court for obtaining money by false pretenses, failure to perform or promise to perform work for construction, work without a contractor's license, and being a fugitive from justice from Sullivan County. My understanding, he was wanted in Sullivan County on attempted murder charges. Individual's name is William Kevin Carter. He's age 56 from Bluntville, Tennessee. Again, we had a member of the Washington County Life-Saving Crew that observed a subject run by their location, which was down on Park Street across the railroad tracks. And of course that information alerted us to the location that we were able to find the escapee and take him into custody. He was taken into custody without incident, taken back to the Southwest Virginia Regional Jail, where he stands in addition charges of escape.
Sheriff, go over a little bit. Now, you said he was wanted out of Sullivan County.
Right.
He was picked up, though, in Bristol. Is that right?
I believe that's correct. I'm not totally sure of where he was actually apprehended initially. I know that we got him, I think, out on Gate City Highway, arrested him there, and of course out in the county he was taken to our regional jail facility.
We understand he was wanted for attempted first-degree murder back in December in Sullivan County and then picked up in Washington County?
He was picked up in our county, yes.
Okay, and of course since he was an attempted first-degree murder suspect, could there have been anything else done to secure that he didn't escape, or is the hand...
I feel like that the regional jail personnel did everything they could. He had him in handcuffs. They had leg irons on him. We're looking into how he was able to go ahead and manipulate those handcuffs and leg irons in order to flee that van. Again, we had a number of persons that were being taken to the jail in the van, and when he came to the door, he just immediately ran. So sometime during the transport from exit 22 area where the regional jail is located down to the courthouse, he was able to again manipulate the handcuffs and leg irons, and then made his escape upon being removed from the van.
So when you say manipulate, did he take them off?
Yeah, he was able to slip them, either take them off or get them loosened to where he could slide out of them. He did not have cuffs or leg irons on him when he was apprehended. He had removed he was dressed in an bright orange outfit. He did pull the shirt off, still had the dark orange red trousers and a white t-shirt when he was apprehended. Taken in, it was an abandoned house on B Street. Again, we had numerous members of the agencies that I just mentioned involved in that arrest.
Have you ever had an inmate slip out of their handcuffs before like this?
It's been several years. We had a situation probably 5, 6, 7 years ago, an afternoon event where the individual was able to slip out of handcuffs. I don't think that individual may have not been in leg irons. Again, I think that the folks at the regional jail did everything that they could at that point upon the transport to secure the individual.
And what's happened to Mr. Carter since then?
Well, he was taken to the Southwest Virginia Regional Jail. Again, being charged with escape, and he'll obviously stand charges for the charges we had here in our county, in addition to at some point being taken back to Sullivan County.
So he'll be back. He'll be going to court here again soon.
Yes, he will be. Yes.
Okay.
When something like this happens, do you guys review your policies as far as transporting prisoners for court?
Well, we do not transport. That is the responsibility of the Southwest Virginia Regional Jail. I'm sure they will review, and again, based on what I'm seeing initially, I do not see anything that they did wrong from that standpoint. He was just able, again, through either some type of device to manipulate the handcuffs and leg irons to be able to loosen them and either remove him or get him off to where he could, slip him off of his hands and feet. So again, I don't think they did anything from what we're initially seeing. These folks have a lot of time to think and a lot of time to think of ways to possibly escape, and he just saw the opportunity there and took advantage of it.
Can you clarify one more time why he was at the Southwest Virginia Regional Jail initially?
Okay, he was here on a number of charges that we had him for, although those weren't terribly serious: obtaining money by false pretenses, failure to perform or promise for construction in return for advance payment, work without a contractor's license, and of course the most serious being a fugitive from justice from Sullivan County.
Were schools on lockdown briefly while you guys were searching for
We
him?
notified the schools. There was a Head Start location that was about 1,000 feet from where he was arrested. We immediately notified them. They were on a more, hard lockdown, if you would. The other schools were not in close proximity to this. And we set up a very good perimeter. I dare say there were 25 members of the various agencies that saturated the location and set up a perimeter basically to keep him from fleeing that immediate area.
Did the transport team immediately see him run off?
They did. They were there present. They were removing the individuals from the van, and he just instead of obviously I assume once he got out of the van or started out, he just took off. Certainly unexpected because again, as I said earlier, he was secured when he was put in that van, and I'm sure that they would have thought that he would have still been secured after. So we were again fortunate with the collaborative effort with the various agencies that were involved to make the apprehension within about 30 minutes after the escape.
Were your officers the one that found him in that house?
It was a number of officers. We all converged we had a tracking dog, and we had about 3 tracking dogs that were available. Our tracking dog, I think our sheriff's office tracking dog actually was able to alert on that building. Numerous members of our agency, along with the Abingdon PD, U.S. Marshal, State Police, converged on that location, entered the building. Again, it was abandoned in pretty bad need of repair. And we're able to locate the individual there.
How important is it for you all to have caught him so quick?
I think it's extremely important. Obviously, based on the charges of attempted murder in another jurisdiction, I think without a doubt. We're not looking at, certainly we don't like individuals to escape, period. But certainly we took into the fact the seriousness of the violation that had allegedly occurred down in Sullivan County. So we wanted to make the apprehension. I think that collectively had a lot to do with the response of the various agencies that assisted.
Do you know how much longer he could face for the escape charge?
I'm not sure. I know years ago it used to be up to 2 additional years. Back when I ran a jail back early 2000, I think 2003, 2004, I had one inmate that escaped. He was a trustee. We caught him the next day up in Smith County. And I know he got 2 years in the state penitentiary. And he was an inmate that was on trustee status that would have gotten out in 5 weeks. Mm-hmm. So.
And this was just his first court appearance, right?
That's my understanding it was, yes. And we arrested him, I believe, back a month and a half ago.
Was there any date, Sheriff, that he's going to be down in Sullivan County? I mean, y'all going to have to give him to Sullivan County?
I'm not sure. I haven't checked on that, so I really can't confirm the time or how they'll handle that. Obviously, we caught him in our county, so he would stand trial up here for various things and being a fugitive, and I'm sure taken to Sullivan County at some point based on their charges.
That's it.
If you all have anything else during the evening you think of, questions, the guy is from Bluntville, Tennessee. We'll be glad to just give me a phone call, myself or Deputy Dickerson will be glad to return a call and try to answer anything you all may have. Thanks again.
Sheriff.